Hi, I am hoping everybody is doing well. I'm in a little bit of a different spot in my craft room. This is called my messy space. And I was just seeing if anybody's there. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? I'm hoping everybody's doing well. I am ready to start scrapbooking and doing something for 4th of July. Hello, hello, hello. I hope everybody's there. So, I kind of was going to introduce a new series of decluttering. So that is my intention, to come over here and show you this little space up here, right here, is like my little decorative area. And it was a hot mess, and I started cleaning it up. And look at that, file box almost empty. Isn't that nice? So I kind of want to show you what I have here. This is an old dresser that I have, and I kind of went through all my little knickknacks. This is kind of a little desk office space. Here I have all my Cricut stuff, because this little cutie pie is my Cricut maker that has been used maybe twice. So I kind of went through my stuff, and I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about decluttering and destashing, and maybe finding new places for these items that we're not using all the time. Now, that doesn't mean get rid of stuff that you love. Like, I really like these little boxes. I don't know what I'm going to do with them right now, so I kind of just have them in their space. But this is like all of my embossing folders. Yes, I think I have too many of these. I haven't sat down to look at every single one of them to see what we have. But I have Mondays. I'm going to be doing a little tidbit of decluttering, and I'll show you how things go. And then down here at the bottom, I can barely even pull this out. This is my extra fat heavy dies. So this is all of my really fat heavy dies. I almost never use them, but some of them I'm really attached to, so I don't want to get rid of them. So that's what I'm saying. A little bit of decluttering is what's going on. And then I kind of was cleaning up my space, and look at this loveliness, okay? I'm going to show you this space right here. This is our Anna Griffin project box birthday gift. Hi! Hello! I hope somebody's there with me. Say hi to me. I can see somebody's there with me. Thank you for the thumbs up. Hey, thank you so much. I so do appreciate it. So, like I was saying, I've been kind of decluttering this space, trying to make sure that for me, I don't know about you guys, but when I'm creating, I need like a white space. So like, for instance, this wall doesn't have anything on it, so I need that kind of space in my life. Up here, I have a little bit of decorations up there, okay, and that's okay. I really downsized those decorations, though. There was a lot more of that stuff in there. So, and this is like an extra project for me, out of the regular projects that we always do. This is our Anna Griffin birthday gift, right? I hope everybody's doing that with me. There's a video from, I want to say, last week, that we are doing an Anna Griffin gift as a community gift for everybody to join in on the fun. I got a Rolodex. I spray painted it gold because, Anna Griffin might like it a little bit gold instead of black. And I am slowly getting Rolodexes in. And that is the project. The project is for you guys to send me a Rolodex card like this, 3 inches, did we say, by 4 inches? There's a video on it with the exact instructions that I will link below, so that you guys know the exact instructions on how to do these. But I would love that everybody would join with me. Thank you so much for the hello, Eve. Hi, how are you? So I'm hoping that everybody will join with me along with this. And so I am on declutter mode in the house, declutter mode for this scrap room, because there's just way too much stuff. I don't know, Eve, I'm sure your house is completely organized and you do not have the kind of crazy stuff that I have going on in my house. But here's another little card, okay? So as I'm getting them coming in, you guys are mailing them to me. I think I've already gotten 2 or 3. I'm putting them in a Ziploc baggie. Please, please, please write your name on them. First and last name. I just got these right here from, I want to say this one is from Pam. Super, super adorable. Oh my goodness, so gorgeous. And I punched the bottom for you, so you don't have to buy a punch at all. This right here, okay? So super fun, super, super, super fun. Look at how gorgeous this one is. Oh my God, look at that. Is that not so absolutely gorgeous? Look at that. I love the green trellis, Pam. It's really gorgeous. So I have these all in here. Pam, I am going to make sure that your name is on every single one of them, first and last name, so that we can make sure we know who you are. I have another person here sent me theirs. Look how gorgeous this is. So thank you so, so, so much for joining in on the fun. So this right here is what I'm calling my Rolodex project box, and maybe that's something that might help you. Having things contained for me helps me kind of stay organized. And I will show you my table. It was really, really bad. My table was like a hot mess, and I did videotape it before I actually cleaned it. So you will see like raw footage, very vulnerable footage of my disaster, like where my closet looks like it's been throwing up onto me. So here is what I have for my project. And for right now, it kind of just lives on the floor because I'm working on the table, and the table has all of our stuff that we're working on today. So I'm hoping that you guys are there with me. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. So I'm going to turn over to the other side of this room, and you will see that, holy moly, there is so much stuff that, and you will realize that I need that white space. So I need to kind of get some of this stuff off the wall. And I love little knickknackies. I don't like to dust, and I like to be a little bit, I need that white space, and my room has gotten too knickknacky. So I need to, pack it up. I don't want to get rid of it, but we're going to pack it up for a little while. Hey, Dale, how are you? Oh, how cute. You're coming back from Michigan. Oh my goodness. So for 4th of July, happy 4th of July to everybody. Happy Independence Day. I'm going to move the camera, so if you get dizzy, blink and close your eyes for just a second, but you'll be able to see. You see what I mean by this mess? This is my, I don't know if you guys have a scrap rack, but this is my scrap rack right here. And it usually does not have flowers and gift wrapping paper on top of it. And all of this mess is just too much. But I have been really, really busy. So this is just kind of too much for me. So let me move this around so we can come around. I was making a really cute page for us for our 4th of July type of thing. So here, okay, you can see that this is stuff that needs to kind of go away. This is stuff that needs to go away. I bought some stuff and haven't found a place to put it because there's too much stuff. There's just too much stuff. Okay, and then I'm going to move this way. Okay, and you guys can see I am being really, really honest with you guys. This is one of those Tiffany carts because I really like it. I was using this other one that came from the cosmetic department. And this Tiffany one I found on Facebook for like a steal, so I'm super happy with it. But this luggage is still from Crop at Home 3. Eve, are you completely unpacked? I'm still working out of these containers. So I need to kind of start figuring out how to really start to declutter this mess because it is too much for me. Oh, no. That's too funny. You are so funny. Yeah, I need to start. I did the table. I cleaned out my toolbox and kind of cleaned out this space that I had on the side. Hello, Beatrice. Hey, how are you? My little headband. Yes, my little 4th of July headband. I kind of like this because it's super light. Yes, super cute. Thank you so much, and I'm going to move over so you can kind of see. Maybe I can get the camera to do a scan of this little space. Let me see. Okay, so this little space right here, is like my extra toolbox space. I have a little trash can of stuff that I don't want to throw away. That's this little stuff when I'm working on stuff. If I think that my gold still has potential, like for a corner or something, I put it in there. And if I don't use it, it goes away. So it doesn't stay there for very long. And then right here, I kind of like to have the dies I'm working on immediately, but not all the time. And you can kind of see, here's my table. I have this table here, and this is what I'm kind of working on for today. Yay, the little stars, okay, so these are the star burst. I do not have what was it called? The finishing school independence type. So I kind of just pretend that this is the little starburst from the independence thing. Okay, so then there's all of my stuff on my table, and then I'm going to come around this way and show you on this side. Hello, Julie. Judy, hi. It's time to clean up. Yes, ma'am, it is. This whole space here has not gotten touched in a long time, and it needs to get decluttered. This is just too much for me. But when I find something, and all of these scrapbook pages, I want to say I did them last year. Like this is Nick's ring day, and so he graduated a year ago, so that needs to go away. I need to get some new ones up. So here is the space that I work in. Now, like this little space right here is my cutting space, and then immediately to my right, this is where I sit. Here's my paper trimmer. Let's see if you guys can see. Paper trimmer, some adhesives of all different types of adhesives here. And then here I have my Totally Tiffany Fast Grab flowers that I have, all different kind of flowers. You know I need to have a bow for just every occasion, so I have them all together in this space. Flourishes of all kinds. And I do combine my kits. I try not to with the flowers, but sometimes I do. And then, of course, a mess of pop-up dots, a container for all my pop-up dots. And these are Totally Tiffany ones. And when I see one that I really can use, I come back and I look to see what the name of it is. And this one, it happens to be my Gale one. So I can order more of the exact same thing is what I do. And then here's my little window, which kind of is a bad thing because it gives me an extra piece of shelving that I can put stuff in, and that's just more clutter. So this was full of stuff. So now I have just pens, I have my clips, my hot glue gun, and then this adorable thing that Donna gave me. Yesterday, this was my project. Donna, look what I did. I added some of our little flourishes and embellishments to it so that it has the teacup stuff. I am really liking that. Sometimes you just want to do a little project, and I covered up the lemons that were underneath, and I added plates. Isn't that cute? So it sits there. It has my hot glues in it. It holds some of my little extra really, if they're really pretty, or if I start working on border compounding, but I don't have anywhere to put it, I put it here, okay? So now my tools are over there, and I have 2 containers for tools there. And other than that, I kind of really start working on, let me bring up my live because I don't have it here. There we go. And perfect. So let me see where everybody's at. Let me move my little light here so everybody can see this. And here is my lovely mess. Hello, Beatrice, Evelyn. Thank you so much, Judy, for being here with us. Thank you. La Francis, hey, how are you? Okay, so I have Handsome. You guys remember Handsome from Crop at Home 1? I do. Anyway, I fell in love with him. And I went through here, and I really do not have 4th of July paper. But to me, red, white, and blue paper is what I'm going to use to substitute. And this is red, white, and blue to me. So that's why I kind of grabbed this area and said, I need to do something with this. So I have a couple of strips of this red. I remember when we were doing Crop at Home 1, that this was the red that we were all kind of crying about because we did not have enough of it, or at least I did not have enough of it. Hello, Olive Branch, Massachusetts. How are you? MS, because I have a hard time saying Massachusetts. I feel like I'm back in 1st grade trying to learn my CHs and SHs. How is everybody doing today? Do we have plans for 4th of July? Let me see. I think I might be upside down, so hold on. I'm going to spin the camera. If you are getting dizzy, close your eyes for just a second. Here we go. Okay. There we go. So now I'm right here with you. You can see me. I'm going to put these little things here. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I was kind of planning. Let me tell you what I did with these little things right here. I'm thinking that this dark blue might be my background, my layout of my layout. Hello, Nicholas Frischnecht. How are you? Thank you so much for hanging out with me. This is in the silver and this is in the gold. And I love mixing metals. It is very trendy to be mixing metals. So I thought, why don't we make them together, okay? And this is the Gothic die right here. It is the outside of the Gothic die, which I think is super similar to the Cardcentrics. But I love this one. I really, because it makes such a big frame. And it cuts on the inside, but it cuts on the outside. So when I put it down, I grab these, and I want to say it was maybe 3 in right there. Nope, one more smaller. So it was 1, 2, 3, yes. Well, let's just grab them all, huh? Right here. When you start to decide which one you want to go on the inside, one smaller right there. So when you run it through your Impress, I like to have them already done like this, okay? I like the outside because this is expensive paper. So I really like to do this. Oh, Dale, you remember that we ran out of that red. I did too. I remember that red was something that was a precious commodity. You know, and I have tons of red solid paper. It's not like we didn't have another solid, but man, I was crying that I missed something and I didn't have it, whatever it was that I needed. Okay, and then I'm also using, so I'm using this die right here. That was the Gothic, the outside of the Gothic. But if you have the Cardcentrics, I'm sure, or if you have a die that is similar to this, that's what I'm using, okay? Don't want you to have to go out and buy a million different dies. These are the sets that I'm using to kind of create a little bit of movement or clouds. Let's see what these are called. These are the Cuttlebug, and I want to say this is called a tassel border. And then the one that's the big double, 2 of them, is called the ribbon scallop border. Really, really pretty. You have to run them with this. You cut it with the die first, and then you run it through the little envelope so that you can get that impression in. And I will show you on the gold because you know how gorgeous that gold is. And this is what it kind of looks like. Now, mind you, if you don't have this, it's perfectly okay. You can just use a regular, a different border. It's just I'm going to show you how we're kind of playing with this, and we'll see how it goes, okay? I thought we needed to kind of also start building our stash of borders. So we're going to kind of work this, and I'm one that kind of likes to put things at the bottom, especially when I look at this paper. The little fishtails are pointing up to me, so I'm kind of thinking that I'd like to put this at the bottom like this. And let me show you. I also ran them through the silver one that's kind of like that pearlescent silver. And I'm kind of going to build things off center. Does that make sense? We're going to kind of be building things a little bit different. You see how that already works on there? And then I also ran it in what I am calling blue. If Annie is not here, because she's having her mani-pedi today with her daughter. Isn't that adorable? I love it. I want a daughter that I can go do mani-pedis with. I mean, I'm sure my son would go with me, but probably wouldn't enjoy it as much. So here is what I'm calling blue. It's kind of a dark purple from, I think this was Paisley's. maybe I won't keep it. I don't know, but I was, you know, when I'm working on it, I like to have things set up red, white, and blue. So the white is my silver, the gold is just an accent, and there's a little bit of red there. And then what we are going to do, and I'm going to show you, we're just going to do one page, and then we're going to build up a bunch of borders. And then I want to mix the metals. So you see how fast that little page works already? You cut some borders. They don't have to be all the same color. We kind of move them around so you kind of get all the different shapes of these little clouds. Then we're going to put the red maybe behind it, and then on top of something completely different. Now when it's printed like this, you can't really see the embossing so much, but it's okay. We'll be fine. It just kind of adds more texture, just like that. It combines the gold to this, the silver. I'm really, really liking the way that looks. And then I also did, this one would really work better, this blue, but I don't have enough of this blue. I think I'd like it better than this dark purple. Do you see that blue? I think would be a better match. Maybe we'll just stick one piece in there to make it more blue, because I think this purple is a little bit too purple for me. You see? I think I see some here. Yes, so I'll show you how I did this. This is going in the other direction. You know those little oval things here. You know how last time we kind of talked about how do you want your little ovals to go. But I'll show you how I did this one. Now you can see that I made this from a scrap. It is not a whole 12-inch piece, and that's okay, because guess what? I'm gonna move these around anyway. And we're gonna probably set them up like this. So they're gonna be what you like, what you're feeling works and looks best for. So if we have just one, I'm okay with that, okay? Let's just see how that works. Let's put this back up on like that. And then I used the Starburst. This is the layout. Basically, I'm giving you the layout lesson plan, and you get to do whatever you want with it, okay? Here is the Starburst. And I kind of thought we could do a bunch of these little Starburst. You see this? And I did some in vellum, and yes, some of them I cut off because I figured maybe I'd put something else on top of it so it wouldn't matter. And here is another one. See how we're doing a, what do we call that? A compound embellishment. So it's okay if maybe we don't have the entire embellishment, because we're not gonna see the entire embellishment in here. Don't you just hate it when they start to curl up like this? Mabel, how are you? Annette, how are you? Hey, is everybody working on their Rolodex cards? You guys, my address is in the class. You go into the class and you click on the title, and my address is in there so that you can send them. If you can't find it, just send me a private message on Facebook and I will send you my address. I'm hoping that everybody is working on their Rolodex cards. Yes. Okay, do you see how fast this becomes a layout? And I have some more. See, this blue is absolutely gorgeous, but I don't have any more of it. I was just using what I had, but look at how pretty that is. And if we put this one, I think it would be pretty up here. Do you see what I mean? This is the layout. That's it. You can go with there. And what do we need from there? We need a title. We need some flowers, because you know I need some flowers, but there you go. That is our layout, and we're trying to combine metals. We are using mirrored metal here, and the little silver matte metal, the gold metal. We have the dark navy kind of pearlescent paper right here. We have gold and silver, and then we have this really fun, I didn't like that purple one, how it looked. So we have this one right here. And I was thinking of all different kind of colors. When I was working on this, I kind of just like to cut everything. I cut it all out, and then I kind of decide how I want to make it sit later. You see, I kind of just want to make it look different. And I have some more of those that are shorter. I think we have this set in a smaller, do you see that? In a smaller kind, and we can kind of, you know, tuck this in. I like it when we have a little solid in the back. This one. Okay, here's our page. That's it. Do you see how that just sits? This is just right up my alley. More and more and more embellishments on the borders. 3 different type, and you can decide how far down to put this, right on the corners. Really works nice now. Nice, excuse me. And then see here we have cigars. We have some, these are all coming from the Handsome collection. We have some scrolls, some hinges. I don't know if green would go with that. Maybe this one that says This Is Us. That's a nice title, right? This Is Us. Almost done, Mabel, with yours. Oh, I'm so excited to get everybody's. Oh, that is so awesome. And how about this one right here? This one would be This Is Us in blue. I like that. I don't want the green, and the red might be a little bit too much. So I think we need a little bit of red on this one. How about that? See how that works? That's a page. That, you know, when we're going to crops and we are trying to be super efficient on going to a crop and really getting your pages done, this is what you need to do at home. And then you slide this entire thing into a page layout, into a page protector, and start printing pictures when you're at the crop. And then your page is done. So I'm really happy with this. And so we're gonna start gluing it down. And I'm gonna talk to you about making more of these compound borders so that you have them as a stash, so that you can start having a stash, and then you can really power through a bunch of layouts. You see how this is just a leftover? It's a tiny little strip of, I think this looks like maybe Annalise. I'm not sure. And then I had a little piece of the gold left over. And here is a cute little border. So if you were working on something and you wanted a fast page, there you go. There's your border, and slap on some pictures and off you go, mama. Really fast, really ready to go. Yeah. Oh, this is Lillian. That's correct, Eve. You are so correct. This is Lillian. That is correct. I bet so. Hello, Andrea. That is so sweet for you to join us. Thank you so much. So I am using things that I have different for how we should use it. Exactly. I want you guys to think outside the box when we are working, because we want to use what we have. Our stash, you know, it's time to budget. It's time to kind of hold tight and see what we have going on. I love shopping and buying things, but I also love to work and figure out a way to change things up. So I really like doing that. And I really love decluttering. I need that white space. And if you guys saw the space that I'm looking at now, my closet, that looks like it kind of threw up, it drives me nuts. I can't be creative in that kind of situation. So we really have to work on that. Now, let me show you how we do this one, because this is one that I did not have from before. And because I did the purple, but I don't want the purple. I want this blue one. So do you see how this is just right here? It's right here. So let's find that die. And right here. It's the big fat one. I know this also comes in the 12-inch. If I am correct, that also comes in a 12-inch. No, it comes in a 7-inch. Okay, so I need just this little piece. Okay, so I'm using my small mini here, and all I need is this one little piece of it. And you can double check and make sure that you get enough of it in here, you see? And I'm putting this down. There we go. And it looks like I need to cut this because it is going to not fit in my machine that way, that direction. There we go. So nice to have my tools organized. It was really bothering me. I really can see that it's nice and clean, and I appreciate that. I do have three toolboxes, I mean, I have a lot of these little things that are around me. Okay, so you see, this is what we get. And my little ovals are standing vertical. Now, you don't really have to run it through the embossing folder because it's a print and you can barely see that you can barely see that it is printed, I mean embossed, but I'm doing this so I can show you how I do it. Okay, right there, and here, let me show you from the beginning. Here's the title, so that's the part that holds up. I like to kind of go and see exactly where the paper is going to sit, and then slowly close it down. Squeeze this together, and then what happens here is we put this together, and I noticed that I needed an extra mat in here, that metal shim, so I'm keeping my metal shim and running it through my little machine. We need a rental program. A rental program for what? I'm missing it. I love the border. Yeah, these are really pretty borders, and they're the Cuttlebug ones. They are old, right? I mean, but this also comes in a 7-inch border that we have for cards, because this one is the mini to this big monster thing. So you can just use more of these. You don't have to have that one. You can use the smaller ones for it. Okay, so I just wanted to do one more because then we do 2 pages, right? I like things even. I like things even. So now I'm going to move this out of the way. These are our little decorations. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I am super happy that you guys are here with me. Okay, here we go. So we are talking about borders and trying to get our borders that are compounded, making a stash of borders so that we can just pull our borders and slap on some papers and be done, right? That is what I would like to do. I would like to have things ready to go. So I know that this is going to kind of be in the middle, and then I kind of want these to kind of be on the sides. And I'm putting this, kind of using it as a measurement. Okay. And then I want the red on top. The red is really loud, so I'm kind of putting a lot of stuff on top of my red. And then I want some more silver, quiet down that red a little bit. And then the gold for me is the cherry on top, and there is where I'm going to kind of put everything together. So I can kind of see how much of this I can decorate. Now you can make these as thick as you want and spread them out, but I'm trying to leave also space for pictures on top. I think the smaller ones are available because they're the card kind. That's what I'm thinking that it is. They're the cards. Okay, so I am putting down this one right there. And then I'm going to bring this little silver one over here, and I'm going to kind of sit it somewhere that I can kind of see the peekaboos, but cover up the peekaboos. It's fun to kind of work and make things look different and use them in different ways. Okay, there we go. And now we're gonna put a little more glue. This is a generic, is it called Tape Jungle, I wanna say, that does this generic tape for this ATG gun. Okay, so now let me show you a little trick, because I have lots of these already done and I'm kind of not liking the way this one ends. So I'm going to get this one and I'm going to make him, I don't know, I think I want the big one. Do I want the big one? Do I want the little one? I think I want 2 little ones. So I'm kind of turning these into like little half coins, if that makes any sense. Right there. And I'm gonna kind of just tuck these in into this little space. Because I didn't like that peekaboo space. And there, that's it. Okay. All right, so now we're gonna put more tape on this back side. Okay, and then I'm gonna add the red. And the red was one that I was trying to calm down. I don't want to show a whole bunch of the red. I'm going to let the red peek out, I think, from the bottom a tiny bit, because I like that little squiggly line. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Do we cover it up completely or do we do half? I think I'm going to cover it up. So if you want to stay straight, I'm doing this upside down. Right there. So Annie is not here. She is getting her nails done. Isn't that fun? And Sherry was also not here because she was having a prior commitment she needed to take care of. Look at that. And I don't know why we have these little end butts of this. I don't like that at all. I've been cutting them off all the time whenever I see them. Those little, they kind of look like little loops. Okay, so here's that one. And then we are bringing the gray behind it. Okay, and then this blue is kind of peeking out through the whole thing. And this is just more of that blue compounding. So let me show you how we're bringing this in. Okay, let's get some of that gray. Now that's quite a bit. If I look at this, this is going to be 2.75, 2 3/4 thick already here. So you know you kind of have to watch where you put this great big huge one at. So I'm thinking a little bit closer in. So here we go. We're going to start putting glue again. And this is what I'm using, this generic tape, as my way of doing this, just because I really need to order some more of that. Here we go. I'm hoping you see me all the way down. I'm working on this very bottom because I want to see how thick I'm making my border. I don't want it to be so thick that it takes control of the entire border, but see if we kind of squeeze it into 2.75. I think that's enough of that gray. 2.5. I like that. So let's see, right there. Okay. And then I kind of like this blue one to be peeking out, and I want more of the blue because I like it. No rhyme or reason, just because I like it. And I would normally have the whole thing of this, but I didn't have enough paper. So we do it with what we have to do with what we have to do, right? Okay, so again, I'm using my table here. I don't know if you guys can see me. the CH borders. Oh my goodness, yes. This is CH1, right? The red one. I know. When she does them, she does them good. And here we go. What did you guys all buy on the sale? I have to say I didn't buy anything. I resisted. I think I want this right there, because then that shows through the whole shebang. And I want it to be in front of this gray. And I have to say I really like this, what would we call it? This generic ATG tape, because it lets me do this. It really does. I can put it down. I can move it a little bit. Peeking through a little bit too much at the bottom. How thick is that? I think I'm going to have to cut it a little bit, because I don't want it to be more than 3 inches. That's, you know, 3-inch border is pretty good. So if I go from here to here, 3 inches is right there. I think that's where I want it to be. Next week is my anniversary. We are on year 26. Isn't that fun? Year 26. I know. It's been fun, Mr. Frischnacht. He's been a really good partner in life. Okay, so here is the blue. And then I'm going to throw this one in here and kind of hide it. And I'm using the red one as the border for my 12-inch part, because I know that this is probably hanging out. And then here, let's see. I like the peekaboo of the blue, so I'm gonna kind of keep that one all the way out. I was thinking I was gonna go in on this one, but I changed my mind. Now let's look at this side and see how much gray we have showing. Right here is 2.75, so we want to do it at the same 2.75. Let's see if we can. I don't know, you guys, I'm saying numbers, and I'm looking at the graph of my glass mat. That's what I'm looking at. And no, you don't have to be exactly whatever number I'm saying. It's your artwork. You're responsible for it. It's everybody's artwork is different. It's no big deal. And now look at this little bitty hole right there. You see that little hole? Well, that's going to bother me, because it's going to bother me. So I'm tearing off a little bitty piece of this, and I'm going to cover it up from that side. How about that little thing bothering me? Oh, no, it's not. And I like to glue. Yes, maybe I'm using too much glue. But I like to use glue on the bottom half and not so much on the top half, because if I want to come back and stick something, a picture underneath there, I can still do that. So that's how I'm kind of keeping that. You love the new Christmas paper. Is that the one that has like a little bit of a retro vibe to it? I think that's the retro vibe one. I like a red. Okay, so here is, it would fit right in this spot. Okay. I really like the way that's working. And I'm going to tell you a little something here. I think that we can move this down a little bit more right on the edge. And I'm trying to stay center with my red, and trying to stay with the gold right there. Okay, there we go. Here is our page. What do you think about that? And then you just come back and one quick swoop. Use a nice long pair of scissors, not these little snipping ones. And do not hesitate when you're cutting little pieces off like this, so we don't have markings. There we go. And this is going to need to have another little piece right there, because I see a part that's not embossed. Isn't that something? It's always something right there. And I'm really working on my perfectionism. I'm really trying to not get the project done and not worry about it being absolutely perfect. There's no need for it to be absolutely perfect, but that has a little piece of embossing that is not bueno. It's not embossed. The piece of gold must have been hanging out. So I don't like it. It would bother Eve also, so I'm okay with it. Look at that. Now, this is blue, red, gold, silver. Is this 4th of July-ish? I don't think so. It's not really. You could do anything with this. You can do Christmas. If we put Christmas trees on here, why can't we do that? If we added this like green cigar title here, let's look. Look at that. We can even tuck these in because I have so many of them. Oh, how nice is that? That would be another border. Oh, holy moly. Look at how gorgeous that is. And then some Christmas bells or Christmas trees or who knows what in those areas. Do you see how you have a border and you can turn it? We're doing a 4th of July page, but we can turn it into a Christmas page if we had to. This was the only supply we had. Why can't we? I know those are olive trees, but do you see how that changed? Now this is really a thick one. I would probably split them in half and push them in. I'm just trying to do this so that you guys get an idea of how we can change things up. It's the same format. It's the same thing. Oh, and then like a little name die or date tag there. That would be so darling. I might have to keep that just out. There you go. So that could be a Christmas page. We added red, white, and blue and some green. We're not doing that today, but we could, right? There's your now let me show you. If we switched it up and down and did vertical, wouldn't that be cute also? Am I the only one that's crooked? I'm looking up at the screen and I'm sorry. Annie's not here to tell me I'm crooked. Anna, how are you? Let me see. Is that crooked? That's better? I think so. Because it's like a little bit backwards for me. My right, left. Oh, I went the other way. You guys. No, I think it's this way. Oh my goodness. Okay. We're going to let it be crooked. Yes, we are. So here's the page going up and down. And now we're going to do the silver and some little gold. I'm going to use this gold. I noticed that these did not punch out. And these are the little things that my little Lewis loves to eat. Those little tiny dots. There we go. We were supposed to go, because it's our anniversary, 4th of July, we were supposed to go out of town. And I was thinking I wouldn't be here now, but we are not going out of town. We changed our mind. We're going to go at a different time. It's just too hot. And I wanted to go to Waco and do some shopping. And it's just too, I can't even imagine having to walk around and shop right now. It's just too hot. Okay, so now we need to decide how we want to do our little peekaboo situation here. Now, the red is not, is the blue double-sided? Let's look. No. Okay, so that now I'm remembering that I think that I'm remembering that some of these things were not double-sided, because I'm kind of thinking I want to tuck in a little journaling into this little space, a little tuck-in spot. So I will find that in a minute, a double-sided piece of paper. So here's our two pictures, and I kind of like them not right together. I don't know. You guys decide what you like, up and down, straight, one on top of the other. I kind of like that right here. I'm going to put a little journaling piece, so I'm going to leave that space out. And we're going to bring this down. and I will show you how I do this without having the picture that I want to put in it. So I look at the corner here, and I'm coming down a little bit, maybe an inch, right there. And that way I'm leaving a good spot for my journaling block. And we're just kind of letting this fall into place. There we go. And then I want to put this one in the same space. There we go. And what do you think about this? You think you're brave enough to do a gold and a silver? What do you think? Would you do that? Am I the only crazy person that wants to mix metals? Okay, so now I'm looking at this corner here to see where I want to put it. And I want the same kind of separation here, here. Do you see what I mean? I don't want to be too far away from the edge. And this is why I like this generic tape, because when I put things down, it is not, it comes back up for me. It like holds, but not super tight. There we go. And now I feel like there's the same amount of space here, and then this will be picture. There we go. And I kind of like this for a journaling block in the different direction. How about that? And we'll just tuck it into this little space, put the date on it. And it could stay tucked into this little spot. And we have white on this side, so it has all the journaling that you need on it. And I can see a little bit raw red here, so let's get this out. And I have been decluttering like crazy. My husband told us that we're moving, so I like to declutter the house before we move. So it takes me a while to get everything decluttered and what I call showroom ready, when the house needs to be like a showroom, like a model home, I guess is what I'm thinking. Because right now somebody would come in this house and think, what in the world did this woman do for a living that she has 3 rooms full of crafting supplies? Like, people would not understand. You all will understand what I have, but nobody else would. Nobody else would understand. What in the world was I thinking when I have overflow. I call it the hallway closet. And I will show you guys, because I did a video of me trying to declutter. And I will show you guys what it looks like. It is crazy looking. Crazy, crazy looking. And now, where in the world are my circle punches? I just had a whole bunch of them here, but I must have put them where they belong, in my cabinet, because I think I want to put like some little punches on this side. Okay, so see how that would be for me, our date tag, and then the inside would be journaling. Wouldn't that be cute? I do think so. And I kind of want to tuck it into this little space here. There. Okay. See how that sits? And then we have this part, and here we have borders, 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 borders. And let's do the little starburst. These little starburst, so that you guys see how I'm thinking about putting them on here. This is a fast page, isn't it? Like, it's a fast page, but look how cute it's coming out. I don't think it looks like it's a fast page. Okay, so when I'm putting these together, I need to look at which ones I cut off, because I cut some of these off. Here is red and the gold and the blue. Look how cute that is. And where we have space for that much, we may not have that much space. Okay, so we'll just tuck a little bit of red in here. I hear Lewis snoring. Does anybody else hear Lewis snoring? He's right there on the floor in my room, and I hear him snoring. Okay, so I kind of like that there. And we're going to put a little bit of tape on the back of this so we can start adhering and building a compound little bitty embellishment. And then I kind of like the blue. Do you hear him? He's snoring. That little one is snoring. He has such a rough life, my little dog. Hey Pam, how are you? Yeah, it won't happen overnight, the move thing, but it will happen. There we go. So I like that, just like that. And I think I want it up on a pop-up dot. This page is pretty much flat. This is pretty much a flat page, but we are going to add a little bit of pop-ups to it because I kind of think that gives it a little dimension. That also helps you slide your picture underneath it. And I will put this one. You see, we add it to that corner, and then you can still slide your picture right underneath this little space. We're supposed to be going out tonight. We're supposed to be going to a little new a little bar that's here in town that is new, that's opening. It had a soft open during our festival, and now they're saying that it's ready. So I have a date to go out. Oh my gosh. Do you guys hear Lewis? Like, he's really snoring it up. Jeez Louises. Okay. When you put that pop-up dot, it does not come back up. It does not come back up at all. And here we go. So here is that one, and now we need to add another little something over here. And I kind of like this great big huge one, but I think it will not work because that gold, so I'm not going to use that one. How about if we have a different one? Maybe the red on top. And we will cut these little pieces off. Just because your paper doesn't have enough to do the entire starburst, use your scraps as your starburst. Use what you can with your scraps. I don't know if I like that one. I'm having a whole bunch. Oh, this was that other one that I had. This one kind of looks like little seashells, kind of, to me. Let's see, where else do we have? I didn't want to use that one. So I kind of like this dark blue. And let's do some different texture. That would be good. Like this. Let's cut this piece off. There we go. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to get some videos up on my decluttering disaster on Mondays is what I have planned. That doesn't mean it's going to happen. That means I'm really attempting to do it. But sometimes I try and it doesn't always work. Sometimes. Kind of like this one also. I really love this blue. I don't know, it's the blue that's kind of like, looks navy, but it's, oh, it's such a pretty color. Yep, that one does it. And then this little gold mirrored one. And we will switch it around upside down. That's it, I like it. And did we use the vellum ones? Not really, but we'll try to squeeze it in there. Okay, so now I put a little bit of this on the back. And add that little vellum look peekaboo to it. See how fast this page is going? It's already been an hour, but our page is almost done. Usually I'm nowhere near done by the hour. I mean, we're embellishing already. That is, I think that's really awesome. And here and now, I want that little gold metal peekaboo showing through. No, you probably don't have to use as much glue as I do, but you guys know. Sherry, you're there with me? You didn't go out? I thought you were going somewhere. Or maybe you're already back. I hope you went, Sherry. You said you really needed to go. Okay, so here is more. And on this one, I don't think I need to keep it up. Look. I don't think I like it with the gold. And I do want it up. You know, I'm allowed to change my mind because that's what I do. Okay, so here I'm putting it right into that corner because this is also working as a title, right? And I want it 3 pieces. So the one behind here can be completely flat. So this is kind of the way that one would work over here. Oh, I'm really liking that. Look how pretty that looks. Ah, lovely. And in order for it to be really nice and lovely, we're gonna cut it in half. And then you kind of open it up and let that, use your starburst wherever you really want to use your starburst. Okay, because it was kind of right that there. See right there, you can show, it shows more. And then over here, there. And maybe we want to do a little peekaboo of this one. I told you I can remove these, and now I'm going to lie and say I can't, right? Right there. It's just making the embellishment work for you, for what you want it to do. That is what we're doing here. And I realize that we are going more and more and more and covering up stuff, so I'm trying to go back to not cover all of it up. But you know how that goes. More and more and more is what I like, and so as I like it, I start to cover up some other stuff. That's okay. It's okay. I know it's there. Look at how that embellishment works. Ooh, mama. That's one serious star. So does that look like it is starting to really look like a page? That's it. That is it. I love that. And what I'm going to do is also use pop-up dots. Oh, they're over here. And I'm using these pop-up dots to add a little strength to this paper because this paper is text weight. So it's a little wimpy. And when I go and do my journaling, what I will do is I will use another piece of paper, like maybe a little strip of red or something, and then add it to this little piece. Okay? So, like, see that. This would just be just perfect. I can cut somewhat straight, but not like that. Not like that good, okay? So I do go back to my little paper trimmer to make things much more straight than... I do not cut perfectly straight with a pair of scissors by any means. And then this can sit right in there. And then I have green repositionable tape. You see that? And then we can put that right in here, and that could be our little journaling block. And I can take it off and write my little note and then leave that part alone without having to interrupt the entire... I know, you see how what we're doing? We're starting to hide this gorgeous border that we used, but it's okay. Look how cute that is. Yes, it is. All right, so we are getting close to and past 3 o'clock by now. I would love if you guys can join me again next Friday. I will be here doing a live, and I would appreciate it if you can consider subscribing, leaving me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Look how that is just looking so cute. And that has not a single flower on it. Where is my brain at? And it doesn't have a bow. Maybe a gray bow would be a good... Let's turn on the hot glue, because I know I always unplug my hot glue because I'm afraid of it. Let's see. What color? Red? Would make the red pop out. It's a nice big red bow. That's a really good, fluffy, juicy red bow. Look at that. Oh, man, that's pretty. Okay, and back they go in there. And let's see, what kind of flower do we find? A flower, a flourish? I guess I don't need a flourish if we were looking at, we don't need a flourish because we were looking at, and I don't think I need a flower. I'm looking at it and I don't think I need a flower. I do like the idea of a bow right in that little spot. And I have my hot glue gun working. It's warming up, but I think it would be right there. What do you think? That is cute, 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 cute. And this is us. How about that? And I like it. And I think I want it right here, nice and flat. Okay, so there we go. How about that? Now I do want to show you guys before we go Rolodex cards, because I want to show you, I want to inspire you. I want you to send me some Rolodex cards, please. Please, 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 please. I would appreciate if you can send me some Rolodex cards. We are doing a community birthday gift for Anna Griffin. And these are the cards that I have on the side, right here. Okay. If I look at this card, it is 3 inches tall, 4 inches wide. You don't have to buy the punch for this. I will punch them for us. You can do a single or you can do a double. You can do a happy birthday greeting on this side. I just want to show you how easy this is. It could be single-sided. It can be double-sided, whatever you want. Now, it needs to be at least not taller than 3 inches and not wider than 4 inches. Is that correct? But it can be smaller if you want. And it can be a different shape. This comes from the, what is that called? The long slimline dies. So you see how it would still work if it's smaller. This one I kind of added from a birthday card. It says on your birthday, and it's just as cute as can be. This is one of those flat birthday. I have them right here. I was gonna make more. These little things are addictive to do. I guess, you know, if I'm not a card maker. See how this one says make a wish? And then you add that to the top. You cut off the pieces, fussy cut around it, and there's your card. There we go. 3 by 4. Now this is sticking out. You can have little pieces of ribbon sticking out. The idea is that you don't want to have something stiff sticking out because it will get stuck when it's rolling around the Rolodex. Okay, for instance, this one is too big. This is 4 inches wide, but it's almost 3.5 tall, so I would have to cut that piece off at 3 inches. Right there. You see how easy this little thing is? And it is too wide, so I would have to cut a little slither on each side because this is still too wide. And I would just cut a tiny little spot on each side till we get to the 4. And there we go. So now we have a card that is 3 tall, 4 wide. Okay, here's a double-sided one. The double-sided ones work really, really good. They are very addictive, Sherry. I know. You start to make them with your scraps and you can keep going and going and going. These are labels that we haven't used. This is the back of a card, pretty much a business size card. You can do a round one as long as you have it in that size that we were talking about. This is just an index card that has already written spots on. This is actually an outside of a container of, you know, like how we do cereal boxes or whatever. This was the waxy kind of packaging that came with, I think, the Rolodex. So super fun. You guys get the information. Send me your Rolodex card. I need to get it done and in, I want to say by the 24th. You don't have to make them fancy like this. You can make a completely white one. Wish Anna Griffin happy birthday, and we will be, you know, I'm trying to mail it to her before, is it the 4th? Her birthday's on the 5th, so trying to get it there before the 4th. See how cute those come? They look like little crowns. I see that after somebody told me that. Please, please, please subscribe. Please leave me a thumbs up. Hey, everyone, made it home from Brooklyn. Oh, Beth Candy. Yes, I'm so happy you made it home. Look how fun this one is. It's the outside of one of the circles. I love this one. And then I put an index card because I need to write straight. I'm okay writing pretty enough, if that makes sense, but I tend to write crooked. So put your name on your card, first and last name, so that she knows who you are. When we start to put the Rolodex together, it may not be with all of your spaces. So we need to put first and last name. And look at that, how perfect that big old butterfly fits in here. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I will see you again next Friday at 2 o'clock Central Time. And I'm trying to have get motivated, clean up our scrap space on Mondays. Monday's motivation day, and let's get our craft rooms cleaned out and start using our stuff, right? That's what we want to do. We want to start using our stuff. Let's see, the other thing I wanted to make sure of, I got an envelope from somebody, and I didn't keep the envelope. I wish I would have kept the envelope, but my point is that the envelope was really beat up by the post office, and it was starting to tear on one side. So just make sure that your package is secure all the way around and that the mailman won't beat it up. So I think that I did get the card inside, but I hope that it was just one. I will FaceTime you. I mean, not FaceTime you. Ooh. I will private message you when I get your cards so that you know that I got your card and didn't get lost in the mail, or you need to make me another one, or that kind of stuff. So postmark before July 17th. That is the deadline. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Yes, let's clean out those rooms, right, Candy? Oh, yeah, I can't even tell you. I'm looking at my closet that is vomiting crafting stuff, and it's all beautiful. That's the problem. Thumbs up, subscribe. I'll see you here next Friday, 2 o'clock. Happy 4th of July, everyone. Beatrice, Judy, Dale, thank you so much. Sherry for hanging out with me, and Candy also. If you left me questions, I'm going to go back and answer them. But you can send me a private message, leave me a message, and I will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys later. Thanks. Bye-bye. I am upside down now. Let's turn this off. Thanks. Happy